Both Husqvarna Viking and Pfaff have embellishment serger foot kits for their Amber Air S400 and their Admire Air 5000 sergers. So if you have either one of the sergers, the feet will work, and we're going through each foot and seeing what it can do and some tricks of the trade. So in the embellishment feet kit, there is a beading foot and guide, a cording foot in 2 different sizes, and a piping foot in 2 different sizes. So I'm going to be going through all these different feet in each video, showing you how to use it and the easiest, quickest results for using these feet. So they are sold as kits, and again, head to your local Pfaff store or Husqvarna Viking store. Hi, I'm Sarah from sewingmastery.com, and we have done specific videos on the Husqvarna Viking and Pfaff air jet threading sergers. So make sure you check out the links below or at the end of this video, where you can watch all the videos from how to thread it, how to take care of it, and every single stitch that this will do. But now it's time to start playing with the accessory feet. We're going to focus on the 2 piping feet that come in the kit. So there's 2 different sizes, and they're labeled on the foot, so I love that it's easy to see, at 1/8 and 3/16. Now the easiest way to know which one you're using or which one you want is to flip them over and look at the groove underneath. The smaller one will accommodate a smaller piping, and the larger one a little bit larger. So you can actually do 2 things. So if you buy piping that's kind of pre-made, maybe you're putting it into an edge of a pillow, that's great. I have today a little bit just regular cord. You can see that it's going to easily fit in the larger one, but I need to cover this. I'm going to show you how to put the foot on, and then we're going to cover the cord before we actually insert it. So I love the fact that all you need to do is leave the serger set up for a traditional 4-thread overlock. All my tensions are normal. I have both the left and right needle in. So to change the feet, you're going to touch the little lever in the back, and then if necessary, raise the foot up just enough to kind of get it to slide out from underneath the little spring. Lift the foot up, kind of wiggle it in place, and when the foot is directly over the little bar, lower it, and if it doesn't clamp on all the way, touch the finger in the back so it can kind of open and then attach itself to the foot. So at this point, you can lay the cord right in the middle of your fabric and fold it in half. Now, if you are going to be going around a lot of curves, I recommend that this fabric is actually cut on the bias. And I know I started off with a really wide piece of fabric, but that's okay. It's going to be trimmed down. You definitely don't have to start on it this wide, but all you need to do is really just get that piping started, almost like you're doing it on the sewing machine. So you're asking, well, why would I do it on my serger if I could do it on the sewing machine? Watch this. So as I'm stitching, I'm just kind of hugging the cord right into the middle. If you want, you could even give your fabric a little press. I'm keeping my fingers right up against that cord. The cord is being hugged and tucked in. There's a little kind of hole you can look down. But look, all the extra fabric is getting cut off. Look at what I'm getting out the back. So now I have a perfectly fitted cord with just the right amount of seam allowance to stitch in to the project. So you can make yards of this super easy and then be ready to use it. Now, if you do find yourself going around any curves, remember the great tips we've always learned, a little kind of clips and notches. And by the way, the directions that come with this particular box does have some helpful hints as well. If you're using some of the finer piping or smaller piping size, it even talks about maybe even fabric gluing it a little bit to the next piece of fabric that you're going to put in. But this is really what it's going to look like. Take your prepared piping, line up the edges right along the edge of the fabric, and sandwich it in the inside of the fabric, right sides together. Again, if you do need to use a couple pins to get started, maybe instead of pins, use some of the Wonder clips. And again, you can just lift up the presser foot to get it started and then let the serger do the rest. You can even see and feel as that little ridge is guided directly right where it needs to be stitched, so the needles get a nice close stitching line to get that to really look good when it's done. Are you ready for the magic? This is why I love doing my piping on the serger. This simple two-step process makes for the perfect piping, whether you're putting it in the middle or getting it ready to be along the edge of something you're making. And if you're doing anything with zippers, put on that piping foot, because then there's a place for the zipper to follow, and your foot isn't kind of riding down like half on the zipper, half off, and you're kind of fighting it. This is the foot to use. If you want a smaller size of piping, a little bit more delicate, lighter fabrics, reach for the 1/8 piping foot for the serger and repeat with the same steps. Check out all the videos for all the serger feet that come with the embellishment foot kit for both the Pfaff and Viking air-jet threading sergers. And if you want to learn more, we'll check out all of our free videos on how to use this affordable, fabulous serger.